What's up, YouTube? So, today, we're doing some more to this thing. It's actually the same day that I've done the clutch master cylinder on this thing. So, just doing a couple videos here. I'm just gonna try to keep at this, keep at it. But today, we're doing a window regulator on this thing. So the driver's side on this thing, he was trying to, anyway, it was taking time and eventually it just got to where it wouldn't roll up. So we got one, and where'd he get it from? Cartoon Contents, I don't know. Anyway, whatever, not shipping. So anyway, we're going here and man, Chris is riding that clutch. I'm gonna put a clutch in that truck. But I'm gonna go in here, do this window regulator, and take y'all on for the ride because there's not many videos on it. I looked it up just to see how people would do it, and like one guy showed taking the glass completely out of it. I'm not doing that. There's another way to do it, and that's what I'm gonna do. I didn't see any exactly for this car to do it, but I just kind of wanted to know where all like the door panel bolts and stuff like that was. So really what we're gonna do is we're gonna open the door, take the door panel off, and we're gonna get the window down to where we gotta take the two bolts out, and then we're gonna pull the window up and take the glass up so it stays up. So yeah, stick with us, see how this turns out. All right, I gotta get another one of these. This one still works, nothing wrong with it, but I need to get another one because when this one dies, I don't have one, and I like to have one. And actually, I don't think I'm gonna need it here, not for a little bit anyway, so I might just go hang this back up and let it charge a little bit. But let me show you kind of where it told me to start at. That's what we're gonna start at and go from there. I get nervous working on nice cars, you know what I'm saying? But let's get started on this thing. So first thing first, we got to take this piece off. You just go in here, pop it up, take it off, take the plugs out of it, and then you'll go around. Did y'all see that? Yeah, just pop this up and it's got plugs on the back. I'll show you the plugs once we get it up. And then this thing has one screw in it here, is what they said, and that's all I see. Guy left me some money in here. It's probably my payment. So it's got one screw in it in here that we'll have to take out, and then the rest of it's just the little pop clips. So we'll get our tool in here and go and find where it is and pop it loose and pop it out, and then it just comes apart right here. From what that guy said, I'm gonna say it comes apart here and here. I don't remember. Dog's walking on the porch out there. I remember exactly where it come apart through here, but I do know it come out from underneath here, so it probably follows this line and goes underneath this. Honestly, it might go above it, but it might go underneath. Probably goes underneath of it. So let's get that out, and we'll get this off, and I'll show you the plug, and then I'll pop all this stuff around here off, and yeah, we'll go from there. And I'm wrong, y'all, it don't come apart here, it comes off here. I don't know why I was thinking it come off here, but I swear that's what he said. But looking at it, I literally just turned this camera off and looked, and I was like, man, it's got to come off right here. It comes off this lip all the way, because the one I watched, none of this was on there, so there's no breaking point to go up anywhere, so it has to come apart right here. So let's get this off. I always get nervous popping these panels off on these things, but as you can see, it just pops off. I got my tool under here, got it loose, and then it popped out of the back just fine. And then this one's got a little tab right here. Mash that tab down pretty far and get it out. And this one's kind of strange looking, but the tab's actually this piece. So push that down, push that down, and then pull it out. So then you got your one Phillips screw right here. We're gonna get that Phillips screw out of here, and then we'll start popping this door panel off. We'll just work our way around and pop all the clips loose and get this door panel knocked off and get to the regulator. All right, we got a 0.5, so the video is not gonna be that great. This thing's got two tabs, one here, get that out. It's just a rubber tab, and then it's got one over here. So you take those out so you can peel this back. This stuff's still gooey, so be really careful. Actually, it looks like somebody's been in here before. But yeah, so this stuff's pretty gooey. So we're gonna carefully peel this back. I'm gonna put some gloves on just in case. And that way if I do touch something, I can take the gloves off when I start messing with the window and stuff. So let me grab some gloves and we'll start peeling this off. Obviously this connector was in here. You pull it off. There's gonna be another connector somewhere. I'll have to get in here and show you. But yeah, so let's get this piece off. And make sure you find somewhere good to set your door panel. Obviously, I didn't set it in the car. I'm not going to put a door panel laying in these seats. So let's get this off, see what we have behind it. All right, sorry if the video quality is kind of rough. I got it in 0.5 because this is close quarters or whatever. But so this, obviously, when we get from what I looked at, and obviously just common sense, really. You look at this, that hole's bigger than this hole, so it's going to come out this side. So obviously this is kind of in the way, so you're going to want to undo this clip, which is just a tab on the top right here and a tab on the bottom, and then you'll just match those tabs and get that thing out of there. It's a little aggravating, especially one-handed, but we'll let's see if I can get it one-handed. Probably not. I can't get it one-handed, so I'm gonna get this tab off here. What I'll do is I'll get a little pick tool, push down on that, push it out, and get a pick tool, push down on the bottom one, get it out. So let's get this plug out. And then what you'll have to do, and I'm gonna go ahead and, well, it ain't gonna really matter. Actually, you can get, if you wanted to. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna do. So typically what they say to do is you roll the window down, and this little hole right here, you'll end up having a 10mm bolt nut or bolt right here, right? And then you'll have one that'll be right here. But what I'm gonna do is, you can actually see in there, there's room to get to it. It's actually, crap, let's go in from this side. It's on these right here. So it's that bolt right in there and right there, and then right, oh crap, I had it a while ago, right here. So right there's one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a 10mm wrench. I'm gonna get a gear wrench and get up in there and take it out. That way I don't have to roll the window down and do it, and then roll the window up so that I can use tape to tape it. And I gotta be real careful on his because he does have the vent shades, and obviously we don't wanna break them. You know, I would rather have to, as much as Garrett is not gonna wanna hear this if he watches this video, I would rather break this vent piece and have to replace it for him than I would to take a chance on trying to pull this window out and breaking it. Because especially with the vent shades, the one I seen that he pulled the window out, he didn't have the vent shade on it. And dude, if you had the vent shade on, I don't know if he would actually got it out. So we'll run tape from here and up and over and around back to the other side. And hopefully it'll have more pressure on this side than the other side. And we will hold the window up that way. I'll show you when I get it taped up. And then you'll have, after you do that, after you get those two bolts out and get the window taped up, you'll have a bolt here, bolt here, bolt here, bolt here. And then down in here, there's a plug. Yeah, I can't see it. I don't have a line with me, but there's a plug down in here, and you'll just unplug it. And there you go, see that plug? It just plugs into the motor down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it so that it's not attached to the motor, so that whenever I do get it out, I can take those bolts out, take the window up, and then take these 4 bolts out. We can pull this out and get it out of here. And then once we get it out, you just gotta repeat the process backwards, put it back in. So let's get this thing out. All right, well, we got it out. Let me show you. All right, so on this wire here, it actually runs up in here and connects to stuff. So I did take this clip out, And then I actually took this clip loose, and that way I could pull it down. So this is what bolts up, but I ended up, there is something else you could have done to make it get out a little better, but the window bolts to this. So what I did is, after I unbolted the window, obviously you can see my tape, it's holding. So I taped it across, and I put these on there to help hold those down, and it held it up fine. So you can do it, but it goes in like that. This is a little aggravating to get out of it because it goes in here, and then one goes in here, so they go in there. So a little aggravating to get in there. You could bend this tab if you wanted to, and then bend the new one back down when you get it down. But yeah, so the 4 bolts, the bolts that come out here, 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 and here are these 2 and these 2. And the 10 that I told you could get to is these 2 right here. So what I'll do whenever I put it back together is I'll actually probably do it the same way and reach my hand up in there. I'll just put this in, run that up, and then I'll put my bolts in. If not, I'll untape the window, and the window should ride on this right here. See how it's lipped right here and right here? So once you run this up to the window and it's setting inside, you'll be able to untape everything, and the window will be sitting here, and you can roll it down and put these bolts in. So that's probably what I'm going to do, actually. So let's get this one put back in. All right, so here's the new one, and look at this. It's pretty cool, actually. This is metal on this one, right? So this is metal. The only thing I don't like, there's no lip. So you'll have to be careful if we're going to do what we talked about. So I'll probably try to start the bolts with it all the way up, and that way I don't have to worry about it. Because with no lip on here, you take a chance of the window could slide off the back side and fall, and you don't want to do that. So let's get this thing set in there. Obviously the plug's a little different. This one has a pigtail where this one is normal. So I don't know where he got it from. He overnighted it, but I mean, it looks very well made. So let's get it put in, and yeah, go from there. Okay, so I've got her ready to, you need to clean this car. Sorry, Garrett, I'm calling you out. Anyway, let me show you what I have discovered. And if I was to do this again, I would do it a little different to a point. So once again, we're on 0.5, but see the bolt holes line up there. So what I would do if I was to do this again is I would roll this window down. I would take these out, and then I would either roll the window up and then tape it, or have somebody help me lift the window up and tape it. So I discovered that this window fits really tight in here, which is really good. I'm used to working on junk, but anyway, so when I put this back in, I couldn't get the bolt up there and figure out exactly where it was correct. So what I did was I rolled it down just a little bit, and this actually come away from the window, and the window didn't even come down any, so it come down really, really slow. So it worked out good. So you can, you know, you can do it like I did, or you can undo this, run the window up, tape it, and then run it back down because the bolts ain't in there. So you can run it here, take the bolts out, run it up, tape everything, and then run it back down, and then you can get it out easy. But you do have to run this down to get it out. You know, if the motor's completely stuck, I don't know, you could probably figure out how to get it down, cut the cables if you had to, or whatever. Something, I don't know what's going on, but anyway, we got it back in. I'm gonna put these 2 bolts back in. We'll put all the clips back together, and then yeah, put this seal back on, put everything back together. Probably for an average person, it's taking me a little longer because I'm videoing as well, but probably a good hour and a half job, roughly. Maybe not that long. If you've done a few of them and you know exactly what to do, you could probably do it pretty quick. I say pretty quick. It's probably still at least, you know, it's probably still an hour or so. Just to be careful. You know, if you get somebody that don't really care about being careful, they could probably do it really fast. But, you know, I would rather have somebody do it and be careful and do it the right way. But it is what it is. Let's get this back together, put these 2 bolts in, and after we put these 2 bolts in, it's just putting everything back on, sealing everything up. Make sure you seal this piece back up. A lot of people don't realize that if you're getting air from outside, a lot of the times it's from this stuff. So I know what's buzzing now. All right, now let's turn his car off so it don't run his battery dead. So, and actually, I taped up his door thing so that his interior lights and stuff will go off and stay off. So, neat little trick. If you know where the door thing is to get it to stay shut, you could actually put a clamp or something on if you wanted to. I didn't want to put a clamp because I don't want to mess up his interior. But anyway, that way it won't run the battery dead while we got the door open for an hour or 2, however long it takes you to do it. So let's put these couple on and put everything back together. All right, y'all, look at this mess back here. It's for the Supra. Whenever we put carpet back in the black car. So the Civic, we got everything put back together, and it was still rolling up really slow. I was like, all right, whatever. So I got to reading about it, and they said that those things are bad in the window tracks, the front and back tracks. Part of it is bad to get dirt in it, dry out, and it will cause it to go slow. So you need to put some silicone on it. So I actually had Andrew pick me up some on his way over here. I was going to wait till tomorrow and go get it, but he was coming over, so I had him stop and give me some. And but anyway, I was like, well, I'm gonna go test drive it from the other video where we done the master cylinder and stuff. This car's amazing. It's so fun to drive, and I'm not a Honda guy, y'all know that. But anyway, when we went to drive it, the window wouldn't roll back up. So come to find out, that motor went bad in that one. So, but Andrew brought me the stuff. We sprayed the tracks down. I say we, but sprayed the tracks down and put the old original window lift motor in it, and everything works great. So yeah, we went to Arby's. Well, he went to Arby's. So everything's good there. Window's working now. Master cylinder's great. Everything's good. So yeah, let's go on to the next project, I guess. Appreciate y'all watching. See ya.